Another live tarot reading for you guys here on YouTube. And I do want to say first off that I am still partnering with Jackery, and if you want to check them out, they do sell solar power generators. I was having premonitions that the power was going to go out, and then the power did go out. So I definitely recommend everybody check out their website and check out their products. And yeah, I think they're great. So I think everybody should have a solar power generator. I think it's an absolute necessity going into, this winter. So I am wanting to focus today's reading on the upcoming Mercury retrograde that's going to be happening. To give you guys specific dates, I forgot to grab my book for the specific dates for that. But while I'm looking, I can tell you I am still booking private readings. So if you wanted to get a private reading, you can check out my website, oracledaphne.com. All the links are going to be in the description box below. So we have Mercury retrograde 5/10/22, 7:47 a.m. That's when it goes retro, stations retrograde, and then it goes direct on June 3rd, 2022 at 4 a.m. And these times are Pacific time. It's so weird in here. The light in here is so fuzzy today. Wow. It's actually really bright today. So you guys are getting, like a real recording, like where I'm actually recording, not in the dark. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, I wanted to check out I wanted to see what the energies were going to be for this upcoming Mercury retrograde. Like what are the blockages? What are the things that are going to be good? I am going to lay out a spread. I'm not going to be doing any pick a card today. I may do like a pre-recorded reading for that. I'm behind in doing pre-recorded readings. I'm still looking for a job. Any donations are really appreciated at this time. I'm spending pretty much most of my day every day, if I'm not, doing any readings for clients, looking for work. So that's something that's going on. So if you want to see more of my stuff, definitely, sending me a payment donation through PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. It's super appreciated. So yeah, let's see what's coming for this Mercury retrograde. I'm looking for good things, bad things, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that stuff. I feel like this is going to be, it's going to stir up a lot of creativity, because we have the Empress in the middle of the reading. And the first thing I noticed, the Empress is like, she's creating this sun out of butterflies. And I actually never saw it that way before, but she's creating this beautiful, it looks like kind of like a wreath made out of butterflies. And every time I look at the Empress, I always think that, she's making something, she's baking something, she's cooking something, she's planting something. She's always kind of busy. She's got lots of things going on. So that might be you. That may be somebody in your life. There's a lot of female energy here. So those of you males who are showing up, we've got a couple of cards with some male energy, one of which is the Six of Swords in reverse, which is interesting, and that's the root of the reading. And typically the Six of Swords in any reading is going to be about the freedom from worry. Even in the reverse, there's still freedom from worry, but little things, little bills, collections agencies, taxes, all kinds of little things piling up, and bugging you. Like, it could be, too, with the Six of Swords in reverse, little side swipes, little digs, little things that people say, little things that happen that kind of are like more like mildly irritating than stressful. They're just kind of irritating. It's like someone kind of harshing on your, what's that? Harshing on your mellow, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it, but that's the best that I can do for right now. So we have also the Nine of Swords in the recent past, and to me, this, you know, those of you males who are watching, to me, this is having a lot of like worst case scenario thinking, or like not being able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, having a lot of fears, a lot of, you know, things that, yeah, like a lot of things, a lot of head energy, crown chakra energy that's not necessarily being helpful. Like it's not like where you're able to move forward. It's a lack of positive thinking, and it is just so funny that my mom used to say to my dad all the time. She used to be like, "You're being negative." And the thing is my dad could be quite negative a lot. And he'd say things, and she'd be like, well, you know, like, where is your positive attitude? Like, where is the hope? Where is the, you know, go get it kind of thing? And I think, like, males, and I'm just going to say this because I've seen this, you know, males do this before, where they kind of, they maybe outthink themselves, or they kind of, they don't know until they really try, and it's like they psych themselves out. So it's like, I feel like, especially in like the job market, like I feel like women have to apply 1,000 more jobs a day than guys do. Guys are like, nah, I don't want that, or no, I don't want that, or, you know what I'm saying? They're just like more hesitant. And to me, the Nine of Swords can be hesitation, because of this worst case scenario thinking. It's like something bad's gonna happen, you know? Getting scared. I say this is, you know, for some of you women who are dating someone, this is maybe where you were dating someone and then suddenly they're not calling you, they're not texting you, they got scared. We do also have the Four of Pentacles, which isn't exactly a male energy. It's crowning, so this could be applicable to you ladies as well. But it is a concern about finances. So guys or girls, there's a thing about concern about finances. The interesting thing is that we have a lot of really beautiful energy gearing up here. There's a lot of female energy, but it's also very beautiful in the sense that there's no blockages. So even though there's Mercury retrograde may seem a little bit precarious, and I pull the Two of Pentacles, and he's balanced precariously, it's not, I don't think it's going to be as bad as maybe you're thinking. I don't know why, but that's my feeling. To me, it doesn't actually seem bad very much at all. You may have like some hot and cold moments. You may feel hot and cold like during your day to other people. You know, one minute you're happy, the next minute you're, you know, not necessarily your best self. This could be, you know, being abrasive. This could be someone being abrasive to you. I'm checking out my live chat here. I'm not sure how you say your name. Aisa? Thanks so much for joining, saying hi. Hi, Glockpiece. It's good to see you back. Thanks so much for saying hi. So, you know, these energies are very, to me, very positive. I don't really feel I don't feel like whatever your worries about finances are gonna last. Like, there's gonna be some transformation or something that pops up that's going to help. Maybe it's someone helping you unexpectedly. Yeah, to me there's money. There's money coming, and it doesn't feel some of you know that there's money coming, like maybe you're expecting a check or something from someplace. And some of you don't see this money coming. So that's interesting too. To me, it feels like someone may actually be mailing, I don't know why they would be doing this, but mailing some cash to you. I don't know why. Mailing a check. I feel like there's a check coming. Some of you are you know, worried about your love life. You know, there's a lot going on with love life here. And it feels to me like you have a choice to make. This could be a choice between two people. This could be a choice between your, I don't know, maybe being single, focusing on yourself, or focusing more on your love life, maybe dating. Maybe you're choosing between more than one person in your dating life. There are two different couples showing up here. We've got the Lovers and the Two of Cups. So to me, there's more than one person. This could be a third party situation. I also feel like for some of you, this is maybe liking someone at work, or liking someone that's that your partner doesn't know about, basically, that your partner does not know about. Number one. But I also feel like for most of you, the path that you're on, we have the Page of Swords in a position of attitude, and then we have the outcome as the Star. So to me, it's a beautiful, beautiful progression. You know, there is a kind of 50-50 split here, which I didn't notice before. So we have the Four of Swords and the Temperance. To me, these two cards are, you know, on the more negative side, but they're not the worst cards in the deck, okay? So we have, you know, Temperance and plus the Four of Swords, and that to me is kind of wanting to take a time out, needing a rest, needing to get better sleep. There is a thing here, the foundation is a Six of Swords. To me, that is the sleep. The whole reading is, it kind of is sort of strange, but it makes the whole reading tired. It makes every person tired in this whole reading. So like, and every person kind of like, as maybe like free as they might feel, there's like this niggling in the back, or this like thing like in the back of their head that's like, yeah, like as good as you might feel, or as like as much as you might think like things are improving, or as much as you feel like maybe you're progressing, or as much as sleep as you might be getting, whatever it is, it's not enough. That's what I want to say. And it's not like 100%. There's something like a niggling that's like holding you back for some reason, and I don't know what that is. Hi, Isra. You know, for those of you who are not happy in a relationship, you know, then it's time to heave ho. I can't really address that, you know, because too much. You're gonna want to send a payment to do a private reading. I'm not accepting today. Normally, I would in my live recordings if people wanted to ask personal questions, but I intend to go over to Instagram and do a little recording today, so I'm not able to answer those private questions today. through this chat. So you're going to want to send a payment to do a personal reading with me, as soon as you can or whenever you'd like to. I do have some time, I think Wednesday or Thursday, if you wanted to do a reading. I booked myself up for Monday and Tuesday. So basically Wednesday or Thursday or Friday this weekend would work. I want to see if there's any other cards that I want to say or any other energies that want to come out this Mercury retrograde. It's weird. So Mercury retrograde, when it goes retrograde, it does this weird flip thing. It's like a flip-floppy thing. Oftentimes, like in my experience with Mercury retrogrades, the way the energy goes is it finally does, like something finally happens that's needed to happen for some time. Like, so for several months, like if you've been waiting for a job to come through, or if you've been waiting for a check to arrive, or if you've been waiting for something to happen in your life that's like taking a long time, the Mercury retrograde will actually allow it to come through. Because the way the Mercury retrograde energy works, it's like whatever didn't get done before is now time to get it done. It's like now it's time. However, it's a flip-floppy thing because then at times during a Mercury retrograde, things that you want to do, like maybe today, like let's just say you want to go to the park today. But because it's Mercury retrograde, you might have to reschedule because maybe it's raining. So you reschedule or that gets pushed off. But something from the past gets put onto the front burner that's been on the back burner. So it's like you got something on the back burner that's moved to the front, and then something on the front that's moved to the back. It's really shifty. And, for some of you, it's, there is shuffling here. There's shuffling, and it could be shuffling of finances. It could be shuffling of people. It could be shuffling of responsibilities. It could be shuffling of things you've got to get done, going, okay, I can't do this today. Maybe I'm going to have to do that tomorrow. During Mercury retrogrades, I have, like, the majority of my clients reschedule. And it drives me crazy because I'm so easy to book that I don't like rescheduling. It annoys me, especially during the Mercury retrograde. So my honest advice is, if we have this Mercury retrograde coming, I would try to get in before then, because during the Mercury retrograde, if I get impatient or if I get irritated, I might not reschedule. And actually, it's funny, one of the clients that I had booked for during a Mercury retrograde emails me all day one day. She finally picked the time, and then for some reason, like an hour later, she says she can't. And last night I was like, I'm not able to read, that's it. And the thing is like, that normally doesn't happen to me. Normally, I'm very patient. I'm happy to reschedule, happy to book. It's just that during that Mercury retrograde time, it was frustrating. So some of you might get frustrated, with this energy. And that maybe things that you need to happen now aren't happening now, but things that would have happened in the past are now on the front burner. So in some way, it's good news. There is good news coming. It's just kind of like, before you get there, before you get the good news, maybe you get kind of just like into a funk. Like maybe you get kind of depressed, or like maybe there's some kind of emotional thing that's going on with you. And the thing that's going to lift your spirits is the good news, and you don't see that coming, but that's coming, which is good in my mind. We'll take it, even though it came on the heels of feeling like shit, and you really wanted just to die. Like, it's get mad at my guides for this. I really, really do. Because my guides know that like once I reach my limit, I've reached my limit. And then like I get really, really upset and I get very depressed. And then it's like the following day something good happens. But it's just like, really? Really, did it need to take that long? Or was it just like a shit show where you were waiting for me to get upset so then you could prove that you're right because the following day something good happens? You know? It's kind of like that. There is a flip-flop energy here. So just know that like when it's darkest, there's a dawn coming. There really is a dawn coming. Like it feels like there's something good that's going to happen. Just the moment where you give up or you're like, fuck this, or you're like, really depressed and like nothing's happening, and then something positive will come out of that. Let's see if there's anything else, and then I'm going to call it. I do want to check the chat here. Isra, just so you know, I'm talking about Mercury retrograde energy, which we are I believe we're in pre-shadow mode, but Mercury doesn't go officially retrograde until May 10th. So we have a little bit of time. I do not recommend moving on the 10th. I would also not recommend moving on the 9th, 10th, or 11th of May. And I probably wouldn't recommend moving from the 10th of May to the full Mercury retrograde to the 6th of June. Obviously, if you have to move, you have to move. It's the time to move if you've needed to move for a long time. I, though, specifically have moved when the Mercury itself is stationary retrograde, so it's all possible to avoid moving on the 10th, 9th or 10th, even 11th. I would say 9th, 10th, or 11th. I would try to avoid moving it during those times. There are some really good intentions here. From someone in your life. Maybe there's good intentions to be helpful. Maybe you have good intentions to be helpful. Maybe this is sending someone a card, exchanging a gift, giving somebody a ride. There's some beautiful, guys, this is a beautiful card about good intentions, which I love to see. This is also needing help or asking for help from other people. And it's a really interesting card because a lot of times those of us people who are giving to a lot of other people don't receive a lot. And it's funny because I have suffered this for like the majority of my life, where it's like, although when I was younger, I was given a lot, but a lot was expected of me. But at the same time, like as I grew into an adult, I gave to a lot of people and I didn't feel like it was necessarily reciprocated. And a lot of my work, like the majority of my work right now is free, especially on YouTube and Instagram. So in some regards, I feel like that where there's not a lot of reciprocation, but this to me represents a time in your life where where the focus on giving and receiving, the balance of giving and receiving is being called into focus so that you can work on it, so that you can say yes to help, ask for help. And people love to help. That's the thing. People do love to help. So, even if you $5, it does matter. I want to say that. There's a beautiful energy about here and forgiveness and gratitude. And this is one of my favorite cards. This is the dolphin energy. I made this card because I really had given up on believing that there ever was going to be a happily ever after for myself. And I wanted to believe that there was. I wanted to believe that on some level I could reach that point. And the funny thing is that I tell people now all the time, like I wrote this card many years ago. So I tell people all the time that most of the time, believing in happily ever after is just really an illusion. But the thing about it is that we can all strive or all take a page out of Beth's old book and actually start to think, okay, maybe, there is a person that's meant for me. Maybe there is a person that I can forgive, who I can love, who I can be grateful for in my life. Maybe everyone can be a little bit more loving and forgiving and grateful. And for some of you, like, this is where things get easier, get to a point where it's not so hard, where you're not asking all the time, why the fuck is this so hard? To me, this card is about ease. It's about love. It's about gratitude. It's about being with someone who you really want to be with. It's a beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful card. It might be a little bit of a roller coaster ride for some of you getting there. That's what I want to say. And you might go through pockets of time where maybe you're dating someone that's not the best, or maybe you're just not in a really good place in your life. Or maybe you're dating people who don't have time for you. Or maybe you're dating people that are abrasive or cutting or hurtful in some way. Or there's some sort of hard energy, and unhappiness. And maybe for some of you, you've kept the wall up so long that it's really hard for you to believe that it's going to be, it feels safe to open up. And I've dated people, I specifically dated this one person this a while back, who said that it didn't feel safe to have a relationship. And that was the first time someone had ever said that to me. They didn't even feel safe talking to me so much, which is interesting because I talked to everybody. You can imagine, I talked to everybody. And this one person was like, in a dating situation, it just didn't feel comfortable. And I was like, well, and it was a good learning experience because that taught me where some people are at. And some people, protect themselves with a wall. Some people don't really want to open up. Some people don't feel comfortable or don't feel safe opening up. Some people do not have room for you in their life for whatever reason. These are to me, there is this energy with this Mercury retrograde where, and I felt this coming, where it's kind of like a bitter pill, where the pill is kind of like, okay, you take this pill and it's bitter and it's like a hard truth. It's like a truth serum. And I don't know, why this energy is this way. And maybe it's just like Mercury shining so brightly at this time. I don't know what it is about that. It's like normally we all live in some level of delusion or the illusion or this grand dream, we live in this grand dream of getting what we want, of finding our soulmate, of having wealth, of enjoying life. And then there are times in life where we have to swallow a bitter pill that basically wakes us up to the reality of our situation. That basically says, hey, this is where things are really at. And this is what's really happening. And it's not really pleasant. And it's like, finding out, somebody doesn't have room in their life for you. They want to sleep with you, but they don't have room in their life. or finding out someone, you know, says is more of an abrasive person than maybe you thought, or that, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who has, again, very hard energy, where it's like they're not going to give you the time of day to have a connection, and or dealing with someone who has a wall up, or dealing with someone who is afraid to connect, or is afraid to have a relationship. So there's all these things, but at the same time, I want people to know and understand it. Like, I do believe with this eclipse on the 30th plus Mercury retrograde, I do feel like there are some miracles that are going to be happening. So we've got the miracles card as well. And things that are able to happen. It's like an opening. I still believe that there's going to be like some kind of opening or some kind of shift. So even though we've got this like sort of hardcore reality that we're all sort of facing, or just like this bitterness, or like this truth that we have to like accept, there's still some level of the good surprise. And there are still some miracles to be had, and there's still some things that could come through which are very positive, which I don't believe you're going to be expecting. That's what I see. I do want to leave off there. That's on a really good note. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and all that stuff. I'm going to pop over to Instagram here. I think I may head out for a little bit to get something to drink, but I may come back later. I'm not sure yet. Definitely hit me up for a private reading if you'd like one. Like I said, I have time in the middle of this week. I'd love to book you guys. And yeah, I will be back again for more videos, so stay tuned. I send everybody big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye, guys.